So you don't think this movement of transformation of consciousness will be stopped other than by physical forces of
the physical forces
destroying the life on the planet?
Yeah, there's no way that the robots can stop it, because they are the bringer forther of the new one. Bringer forther of, how's that for a word?
So you're saying that there are people out there who are transforming in consciousness?
Yes. So what happens when you transform your consciousness is you are no longer a conduit or a receptor for the manipulation coming down to you from the big boys, so to speak.
So I'm no longer at the effect of that.
You're no longer at the effect of that, and you don't pass the manipulation on.
That's an important part.
Yes,
that's
so you
the
are
really important part.
You are the break of the chain. You are the cog in the wheel.
So if we can see it, then we won't pass it on to our children.
Not only do we no longer accept it, if you no longer accept it, are you going to pass it on?
Well, could you give me no?
No, you're not.
But could you give me an example of breaking the chain of manipulation from yourself to those above you? How are you no longer manipulated? How is it?
Firstly, the first answer to that question is that I am still going along with the manipulation.
You're still in Rome.
Yes, because I'm still in Rome. But I'm taking little detours when nobody's watching.
Where are you going?
I'm cutting cords. I'm over there. I see all these. This is an analogy now. I see this huge machine, and I see all these wires, and I know all the wires are important to keep it running. So when nobody's watching, I go over there and cut a wire. Then I come back out and I march with the group. Now that's an analogy as to what I'm doing.
So you interact with people.
That's the actual what I do. Yes.
And like me and others that you have spoken with. And they have an awakening.
We together cut their ties and their apron strings and their.
But mostly it's older people, yes. Edward, and they don't have any. I don't know. It seems like a formidable task that might take several thousand years.
Perhaps.
How long do you anticipate it will take before we have a world that is no longer suffering, hungry, that is divided by belief and religion and countries and
I would say
money
I would say that's an impossible question to answer. I'll hazard a guess. If we do not blow ourselves off of this planet within the next 50 to 100 years, what you just said will be all of that will be put into gear at a fairly high level. It's all put into gear right now. The ending of the governments, the ending of money, the ending of violence. All of that. The
bearings have been greased.
They're greased and they're ready to go.
And they're turning.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
They might still be going uphill, but they're pretty damn close to the top.
You think so?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know so?
I'm watching it.
You're outside of the old.
Are
you outside of the old consciousness that you can see it? Because I know if you're inside of it, you can't see it.
So you remember that person I mentioned from watching everything happening from the moon?
From the moon.
Yeah, well, that's me. I'm watching it happening, and I'm seeing the division I'm seeing the cave-in start to take place.
You can see what's happening on Earth.
Yeah, it's like one of the most gorgeous things to happen.
What gives you this ability and all-seeing eye that you have? Is it your transformation?
It is that, yes. You said all-seeing eye. It sounded like him. But yes, it is. When you awaken from the dream, Marilyn, the first thing you see are the people in the dream. You realize they're just squirming around.
But you're no longer in the dream.
Right. You see them squirming around, and they're gnarling their teeth, and they're crying, and they're arguing with each other, and they're going to war, and they're voting, and they're sending their children off to places that make their children into robots. I mean, it's such an ugly insane thing to watch. So it's pretty easy to see, because then you see the results of it. You watch
and
children.
We can't see the ugliness of this world because we are in it.
Because you are the ugliness of the world.
We are what's causing it.
Yeah, you watch a little child like Lolo go from free and easy and energy filled to I'm never going to play with you again, and cry and scream and have to have drugs given to her and all these things, and slam doors and become an actual tyrant. But you say, well, that's life. Rather than saying it doesn't have to be that way.
Man, but a lot of people say, well, that's life, and they just
fall over,
give up and die.
I know.
So
shall I join them?
Well, you can't. You're already outside.
Well,
but what would be the atom bomb under those that you could set? Well, I don't want to use that word. What's the propellant that you could give to someone like me to blast me outside of this conspiracy of ineffectiveness?
I don't know. What would that be? What would it take to do that? You're sitting there slope-shouldered and kind of hanging like you're already haggard into... So what would it take to pull you out of that? What would you give to see Lolo straighten up and no longer be that way? Or Sonny walk into the house and...
I don't know, Edward. I'm so beat down.
I mean, what would it do to your whole psyche to see that happen?
I don't care anymore. Sometimes.
Well, we'll see. You got to get there for sure. You got to get there.
Where? I don't care?
You got to get to that place where you don't care if Sonny destroys her children or destroys herself or even takes her own life. You got to get there. Because that's outside of feeling, isn't it?
It's either outside of feeling or it's just plain giving up and...
Well, just don't give it two things.
It's like maybe... I don't know that it's outside of feelings.
So discover.
It seems like it's outside of...
Something, no.
It's...
Isn't it enough that it's something you have not experienced?
It seems like it's a lack of energy to care.
So how would you know?
I mean, to me it feels like having no energy.
Well, perhaps that's what it is.
Is it?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know. Yeah, it is. It is a giving up. Because anything I do from inside this consciousness, all the energy I expend inside this consciousness to change it, is a conspiracy of ineffectiveness.
And not only that, the most dastardly part about it is it pulls you down in it.
Yes.
All of the energy, it's like quicksand. All the energy you use to pull yourself out of it sucks you down into it. And every choice, everything that you choice that you make while you're sucked into it is a deeper sucking. It pulls you in even farther.
So are you saying that we literally have to give up and not care in order to transform our lives? I did.
Oh, yeah. So then that's what we're saying, isn't it?
No, I said, are you saying that?
You're trying to trick me, aren't you? So take a look at it. What would you say?
I want an answer.
Well, look at it. What would you say?
I want you to tell me.
Bullshit. What would you say? Marilyn, the closest you're ever going to get to ecstasy is when you don't care
about.
Forget the about.
When I don't care. So I'm surrendering myself.
Watch your words now.
I'm
the closest
giving
you'll
up.
ever get to ecstasy is when you don't care.
That seems like just giving up and dying.
So?
You're suggesting...
Hey, you had 71 years. How were they? You want 71 more of the same?
No.
All right. Then what are you going to lose?
I'm going to lose 71
So
years.
be careful here, because you need to actually mean what you say now. If I say, okay, you're going to have 70 more years and they're going to be just like your last 30, what do you say?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Now, how loud do you say that?
No, thank you.
Exactly. So if you say no, then I don't care, and you drop dead right on the spot, then what are you missing?
The pain.
The 30 more years of the shit you've been experiencing.
Well,
That's the worst that can
what's
happen.
the other option?
I don't know. Do you want another option?
Yes.
Well, then you care, don't you? Ah, you see, I tricked you. Not nice of me to trick you.
That's a trick question.
It is a trick question.
So you say I have to care.
It's meant to find out if you still care or not.
So there is care.
You do still, don't you?
Are you saying that
All right,
nobody
let's just stop right there.
can give up care?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you haven't. Not that you can give it up either.
So I still care.
We just discovered that, didn't we?
That I don't care to live.
Yeah, I just said, okay, your next 30 years are going to be just like your last 30 years. Do you want to live them? You said no. But all of a sudden then you said, well, what's the alternative? Well, you wouldn't ask what the alternative is unless
You care.
you cared. So all you need to know, that's all you need to know.
All I need to know is there is an alternative.
No.
But I'm asking.
You're looking at the wrong side. All you need to know is that you still care.
So I still care.
Period.
That's a prerequisite.
That's not a prerequisite. See how you want to jump ahead?
It's a requisite.
And it's not a requisite either. You just want to jump ahead. So what have you discovered from this conversation?
I care!
Period. Now let's take a look at that real silently. Take a look at where that care is. Where is it?